So this is a different type of video for you guys, where I wanted to basically talk about Metro by T-Mobile. Now, if you don't know, it's a prepaid carrier that is owned by T-Mobile. Basically, it's a sister company. They have similar plans in terms of how unlimited they are, but they do offer like less throttled service compared to T-Mobile. They get priority. But there's an aspect about this that I think you guys should know about. And I'll be posting this on both of my channels, this Nothing Untouched, in addition to the Ian West Network, for those that are just unaware of some of the illegal practices that are being done. So anyway, with that being said, let's get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, like I said, I have a S21 5G and many other phones S21 FE 5G, sorry. Many phones under this company. I did reviews, I do have a secondary channel, and this is something that I do on a regular basis. But for the average person that actually has Metro by T-Mobile, a lot of times you may not have any issues with your service whatsoever. So if you look at some of these phones right here, they sell the iPhone SE, Moto 5G, Stylus 2022. I have that, and the prices you see are like porting prices, and they do let you know when you click on it how much it costs to add a line, new number, or porting, and you know the necessary amount of money that you would normally need depending on if you're switching from a different carrier. It will let you know immediately, right? And the problem that a lot of people probably don't know that are experiencing eventually is that your bills don't quite add up to what you're paying. I'm going to give you an example. When I went to Metro by T-Mobile, right, there's a corporate store, then there is this thing called a third-party store. And the third-party store, I'm going to be honest, it isn't a race thing or anything like that. It's owned by a lot of Asian companies, like Asian owners. It's similar to like McDonald's or Popeyes or, you know, Wendy's or however it is, where you can privately own a franchise is you hire people. If you've ever been to Chick-fil-A, you know normally it's a certain type of clientele at Chick-fil-A, and that's the end of that story. While there's a certain type of clientele at Popeyes, a certain type of clientele at Dunkin' Donuts, you can tell how things change. Back in the day, it was different, but now, you know, people own what they own. It is what it is. So in this particular circumstance, right, let's go over to the plans so you know what I'm talking about. So I can just walk you through it. So let's say, see if I click the right one. Cell phone plans, there we go. So let's wait for this to load up. Well, I'll talk while it's loading up. Takes a minute. The website's kind of slow. And my internet's kind of, but that's neither here or there. So you have a $40, $50, $60 plan. I don't know if you still have the 30 or not, but you have these plans. And with these plans, you get 50 is truly unlimited, but you don't get Amazon Prime. You get 5 gigs of hotspot data. 60, you get 15 gigs of hotspot data. Obviously unlimited for your phone. Both for this one, unlimited for your phone. And it slows down at 35 gigs, but you still get 5G, 4G LTE speeds, depending on the type of phone that you get. You just get put on the back burner because T-Mobile is always the priority. Now, personally, I use a lot of gigs a month. Let me go and see if I can load up and let you know how much I use for guys that are interested in this service. I burn through gigs like it's nothing every month. And, yep, so if you look right here, I don't know if you can see that, I use close to a terabyte on my plan, basically. Close. We're there. I'm there. Well, no, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Not this month. Actually, I use closer to like 100 gigs. So it's a lot. It's a lot of data. I burn through data because I'm constantly doing YouTube videos, backing up to Google Photos, deleting, backing up, deleting, back up. Every picture I take, it backs up. So you will be using a lot of data. And Metro by T-Mobile is one of those is the only prepaid company that actually allows you to be able to what's the word here? Still have extremely fast download and upload speeds versus Verizon, prepaid, and other carriers, and you can still feel like you're not being disrespected as a customer. They still have 24-hour customer service. Well, it should be 24. Originally it was, then COVID hit, so I'm not sure if they went back to that. But you have real customer service. If you change your plan, the certain aspects of your plan might be due the following month rather than immediately. So they make it feel like a monthly contract in a sense without the contract. So what some of these people will do on their account, right, is What they'll end up doing is adding insurance. And this is the difference when I say you go to a corporate store versus your neighborhood corner store. With these Asian-owned corner stores, and I have to just tell the truth, it is what it is. Not all of them are like this, but majority of them, at least where I am, are all like this. The workers are told to put on falsified versions of insurance on your account. Meaning, let's say I and my wife we both had the S21 FA. When she got hers, the minimum insurance was $9 a month because it is a high-end device. I think it's like $2 something, whatever it is, to replace it. That's what I expect on a $700 phone. While when I added my insurance to mine on the secondary store, what ended up happening is they tried to get me for $16. You may ask yourself, well, why are you paying $16 and then $9 on the other? Let me explain that to you. There's this package where it will include, like little side features like caller ID and all these other little bundled services that allow you to where you can add like $2, $3, $4 here, things like that, and they call it a package. But they don't sell it to you as a package. They just post it onto your account, and during your first month of service, like stuff like right here, you'll get premium protection or Mexico or premium bundle at $9. It'll be like scam shield, call forwarding, unlimited directory assistance, yada 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 yada, little things. But McAfee, and I'm about to say something else, but McAfee and other things, right? Now that little package right here varies based on whatever phone it is that you're getting, and then so add this to the insurance fee of another device, and you may get that $16, that $18 a month. And this is how they make their money. You may ask, well, how are they making their money, right? They're making their money in a way, and I know this because I used to work there, and this is the reason why I left, because I cannot cheat people. It's just not who I am as a person, and I'm going to explain why. Well, I don't need to explain who it is I'm as a person, because I'm not a scumbag, but what I mean is what happens is that when you get insurance, it's not just selling a phone. You don't just get commission off of a phone. A phone might be $1, $2, depending on what it is. A phone used to be a certain amount every time you sold a phone. No matter if it's a $1,000 phone to a $10 phone, you got the same amount of commission at some of these stores. Keep in mind the pay structure is different based on each owner of Metro by T-Mobile. They will have a pay structure, and then they'll change it up accordingly so they can steal more money out of their workers' pockets. And what'll end up happening is little add-on features, insurance, $2 here, $2 there. Every single feature adds up, right? And as long as those features, I think, are on your account for the 30 days, because remember, the average person doesn't know. They just paid for something, and they won't see their next month bill until they see it. So when they see all these extra charges, like, wait, I signed up for this plan. Why is it this much? Then they go back to the store. And what ended up happening was I would look at their account and say, this was added on this date. I would not lie to them. And then I would either get their money back, which is call customer service, which I'm not sure they're still doing this. And, you're a dealer line. So you give them a particular code. And what'll end up happening is I was able to either refund the money or put it onto their next month bill. So when they were ready to pay it, what ended up happening is they had a lower amount to pay. And a lot of these stores, and I want to name some locations, Barclay Square near me. There's a store down the hill. I forget where it is, but it's like just any side little nasty Metro by T-Mobile store. Even if it looks nice in the inside, you can find a difference between a corporate store, which you could call customer service and they'll give it to you, and a side privately owned store. The clientele is entirely different. The people they hire is entirely different. You can definitely tell the vibe of the store. And if you can't, just be aware of the fact that when you go into a store, right, and here's the problem. Let's say you get insurance, you paid that $60 insurance, you're like, this is too much. If you remove the insurance, what they're going to do is they're not going to allow you to add it back because you added the insurance. And it's going to look like you added it to the account and then removed it and then went somewhere else to add it, which they do allow you to bring used phones over to Metro by T-Mobile now. So it's a possibility you can add it back. That's what I did. I ended up canceling that service because they were overcharging me on purpose for their MRC. Then I ended up using the phone and put it on my account. And then the account that I activated actually gave to her, sold to a coworker because I had another phone stylo attached to that account, and I was able to make my money back. But they wanted the phone, so that way it was a win-win. But not everybody is willing to go through that type of. Everyone's not willing to do that. So like I always say is that make sure that when you go to a store and you check prices, that you're checking that things are the way that they're supposed to be. A lot of times, again, you're paying for something and you have no idea what it is that you're paying for. GameStop did the same thing to some people where they'll lie about prices or the prices of how much it is to replace a CD or how much it is to replace something at the end of the year, you know, like CD scratch protection, things like that. They lie. And it's you may say, well, what benefit is the worker getting out of it? They're not. The benefit is that they're not losing their job. And some people are, it just goes to show that people are willing to do tacky, underhanded things in order to make money. And, you know, a lot of people don't have morals. And granted, I get people have to feed their families and things like that, but that's never an excuse to go out of your way to try to rip off your customers, especially if you're getting a rapport with them and you're trying to keep a customer, like a lifelong customer. I worked in Bristol. I worked in the mall at one point. I worked at different locations, and they would come to us, and I would give people sales, some of my sales that I did personally, because they might not have been doing well. We're a team, allegedly, right? And what they would end up doing is basically having you train with the supervisor and learn their scams and what it is that they're doing, and then try to incorporate that in your own sales tactics. And to be honest, it's not for everybody. It takes a special kind of scum to want to do that. But again, I do understand that people need to make money, but it's not an excuse at the end of the day. And you know, you got to have morals for something. But with that being said, I just want you guys to be aware of that. So if you walk into a store and you get, I don't know, a Moto G stylus or something like that, right? I think the insurance for that was $3 to $6, one of the two. That's it, $3 to $6. They will end up, actually no, I had a tablet. They gave me $10 insurance on this tablet right here. It cost, they said it was $25 to activate in the store. I'll show you how it looks like. New tablet they have. So if you're looking at the Ian West Network or Nothing Untouched, Nothing Untouched is a commentary channel, while the Ian West Network is my tech channel. So I did a review on this tablet. They charged me $25. $10 out of that went to that fake insurance, which I removed it later on. And I'm like, you know what? I still got the tablet for cheap. And, you know, they'll lie their asses off and say, well, you know, you can't get it here. And, you know, this is what our boss told us to do. Because I even confronted him one time. And I was like, listen, I already worked for Metro. I know your boss. I know exactly who he is. I know what he's trying to do. Can you call him, let him know, like, I'm not paying this? And then they gave me their regular price for insurance. But the fact is I had to know the person in order to do that. Otherwise, I had to go to the corporate store, and it was farther than where I wanted to go. This is right around the corner from me doing my groceries. Everything was in the same spot. So that's all. That's it. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that because, again, you will go to Metro by T-Mobile. You'll get the phone. You'll see a deal. You might be coming from a contract carrier, right? And to you, you're like, oh, this is a great deal, which it is. The problem is that you could be paying more money than what you should have. There's no reason for you to pay $10 for an LG Stylo. Not LG Stylo, a Moto G Stylus or a Moto 5G 2022, right? G Power. When insurance might be $3 to $6 on that account. The phone might be $50 to replace the phone, but then you're paying $10 insurance. And it's not because Metro's owned by T-Mobile that they're upping the prices. It's because there's different tiers of insurance. And if you're aware of the tier prices of insurance, whether you call them to incorporate how much it's going to cost, once you get to that store, you'll know that they're lying. But it's up to you to decide if you want to go through with it or not and get ripped off. I mean, I've done it many times because, again, I get accounts, prepaid accounts, so they're prepaid. I'll get the phone, sell the phone later on or give it to family or something like that. And this is how I do reviews. And, you know, I personally know some of the people here, so I already know what they're doing. And I'm like, listen, you want to sell? That's not a problem. I know you. I know what you guys are doing. I get it, right? And because I keep opening accounts and things like that, I get what I'm doing. It's not the healthiest thing to do, but that's what a lot of reviewers do. You just don't know how they're doing it. That's why they tell you to port in deals and add line deals and things like that. I have my main account that I don't touch. Then I have side accounts that I'll activate here and there or pay a bill on, and then add a line to, you know, to keep giving them service, but then also to get the phone at a discount so that I can actually do the review. Because some of these phones are way too expensive to be having the problems that they have. But anyway, with that being said, just watch out. Please be safe when it comes to those type of things. If you go to those hole-in-the-wall stores, paying $25, $30 for generic cases you can find on Amazon for $1.99, that's up to you. If you want to support that person because you know them or the store, that's fine. But you're not supporting the person. In reality, you're supporting the company that's overselling products and robbing their customers blind. We've had people come in, threaten to want to kill other workers and stuff because of what they're doing. At one point, they had a deal where you upgrade your line, you could activate your old phone free of charge, or $10, whatever it was, so you'll have 2 lines of service. And they were doing that without telling their customers. So you tell me if it's right or wrong. But anyway, with that being said, please be careful about. I actually give the company a really bad name when they do that, and so far I can't speak on Cricket or any other carrier, but I know Metro 1000% is doing this. It's underhanded and it's trifling. And what's funny is I was watching Review Tech and they talked about GameStop doing underhanded stuff, and I was like, you know what, Metro does the same thing. So anyway, you guys be safe. Like always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.